Hello, fourth graders. Welcome to lesson 2.7. Today we're going to be talking about time. So I have a question here for you. Which is closer to the amount of time it takes to brush your teeth? 2 minutes or 120 seconds? What do you think? It's a trick question, isn't it? A trick question, isn't it? We have these little measurement scales that we have used in the past when we were talking about feet and yards and inches. And if we find minutes here and 2 minutes, and we look down and we can see seconds, we can see that 2 minutes is equal to 120 seconds. So both of these answers are correct. If you picked either one, you're correct. If you picked both, even better, because 2 minutes is equal to 120 seconds. All right, how about this one? What do you think? Well, these two are definitely not equal, right? 1 hour and 600 minutes. So I'm going to come down to our measurement chart, right? I know that there's the hours, and I find 1 hour, there it is. And 1 hour is 60 minutes. Well, what about 600 minutes? Whoa, it's way down here, right? 600 minutes is equal to 10 hours. So the amount of time it takes you to clean your room, hopefully 1 hour, maybe a little less. And if you have a super duper messy room, probably more, right? All right, so today we're going to be talking about time. What are some things that you know about time? Let's go through some of those things. We can measure time in hours, minutes, and seconds. Now we can go farther than that, right? We days and months and years and decades and centuries and millennia and so on, right? And we can also go smaller than seconds, right? With like milliseconds and nanoseconds. But these are our three main measurements of time: hours, minutes, and seconds, right? We use hours, minutes, and seconds all the time, right, to tell time. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, and 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So that's nice, right? We don't have to remember two different things like we did with yards and feet and inches. So our conversions here are 60s, right? Times 60. So, let's see. We've already talked about cleaning your room. Let's talk about it again, though. Let's imagine that your room is super, super messy, and it takes you 3 hours to clean your room. So, what I would do here, I would find the 3 hours, and how many minutes is that? 180. What if your room was not too messy and it took you 480 seconds? That sounds like a lot, but if I look for 480 seconds, it's right here, and that is only 8 minutes. Woo! So if you have a super clean room, it might only take you 8 minutes to clean your room because you wouldn't have very many things to pick up. All right, there's this goal today. I'm converting hours, minutes, and seconds, and you can see minutes and seconds and hours right here in this measurement standard, along with a lot of other things that we'll cover in some other lessons. All right, you're going to help me now. Oh, I think this actually goes along with one that I talked about. How can we use the measurement scale to find out how many minutes are in 3 hours? What can we do here? Okay, you should have said something about finding 3 hours and finding the number underneath it, 180 minutes, just like your messy room that we were talking about earlier. What about this? Chloe spent 4 hours and 20 minutes working on her project about dinosaurs. How can we use the measurements? How can we use the scale to find out how many minutes Chloe worked? So she spent 4 hours and then 20 extra minutes. What do you think? Well, here's what I would do, right? I would look at this 4 hours and I would go to my measurement scale. There's hours. So 4 hours right here, 240 minutes. And then 20 extra minutes, right? So I'm just going to add that extra 20 minutes. And my answer would be 260 minutes, right? You always want to make sure you label the unit here, right? Because if you put 260, we don't know what you're talking about. 260 years, that'd be a long project, but you want to definitely make sure you have the label on all of your answers. Okay, working on this goal. You're going to be working in your math journal today, but we're actually going to do one of these together. So go find Math Journal page 49, and we're going to scroll down here. You're going to be completing these, but we're going to do number 3. Okay, hours and minutes. So first one I'm going to look at is this one, 600 minutes. 600 minutes, that's on the chart right here. It's right here. And so that would equal 10 hours. So I'm going to write 10 right here. All right, 15 hours. Let's look at the chart. 15 hours. Uh-oh, it's not on the chart. What could we do? What could we do? What do you think? Well, that might work. But here's what I'm going to do. And maybe we said the same thing. And if your method works, great, go for that. But what I'm thinking about is, well, 15 hours, that's the same as 10 plus 5 hours, right? So 10 hours plus 5 hours equals 15, right? 10 plus 5 equals 15. So if I take the minutes that go with those two, then I'm going to get the number of minutes in 15 hours. 600 plus 300 would equal 900. All right, let's look at 21. 21. So let's get let's see, can we erase these up here? Do we have an eraser? I think we do somewhere. Oh, it's missing. All right, so well, we'll switch colors so that we're not looking at the red. So 21 hours, right? That's what it said down there, 21 hours. So I'm going to think, well, what is on the chart that could help me? Well, there's 10 and another 10, that's 20. So 600 plus 600 plus one more, right? So 600 plus 600 plus one more, 600 plus 600 plus one more, 60 equals our answer here, 1,260. I'm going to write that in this box. Now, I want to show you one other thing that you can do when you've got a number with a 0 on the end, right? All of these are times 60. We have uh, groups of 60 here. So if I want to do 40 times 60, I could go back here and choose 4 groups of 600. Okay. What I can also do is use that shortcut that we've been talking about just a little bit in our mental math, right? 40 times 60, I'm going to cross off the 2 zeros. 4 times 6 is 24. And then if I cross off 2 zeros, I have to put 2 zeros back. Same thing here, 60 times 60. Now, this didn't work with 21 and 15 because those didn't end in a 0. But 60 times 60, 6 times 6 is 36. And then I had to cross off the 2 zeros, so I had to put 2 zeros back. So I wanted to do number 3 because when you do number 4, you might have to do some of the same strategies. All right, your job today is to finish the rest of this page. You have only 4 problems to do, including one word problem. All right, if you have any questions, be sure to reach out to me, and good luck.